Okay. So firstly, in October, my little grandson, he wasn't even 2 years old, and he was displaying a lot of irritability symptoms, as well as having a high temperature, which eventually developed into a rash on his face at first. My daughter took him to the GP, who said it was viral, and to take him home for the weekend, give him some fluids, etc. And she said, obviously, if things develop any worse, then you need to seek help. So basically, my daughter knew that he was deteriorating. We all said, look, this isn't right. He really doesn't look good to us. You get an inner sense, don't you, a feeling with these things.
Absolutely.
And the rash was then spreading all over his little body. His temperature wouldn't come down, even after being treated with the Calpol. So we knew we had a serious problem, really. We had 2 separate ambulance crews out and a visit to a walk-in centre at Crawley Hospital. Unfortunately, Crawley Hospital were very dismissive. The doctor there, he said, look, I've seen this all before. He said it's something basically called slap cheek, which is some sort of childhood virus that they tend to get. But he said, take him away. There's no need for me to even see him. Take him home. Nothing to worry about.
Hello.
So,
hi, Rod.
So basically, by this time, he was an extremely poorly little boy. And one of the nurses, she forced some Nurofen by syringe into him. And when he came home, because they had obviously been dismissive, he came home and then he started to bring up blood. So
Right.
he had some sort of reaction to the Nurofen. He was an extremely poorly little boy. And then when we reached East Surrey Hospital, they immediately, because we thought, no, this is too much, we've got to take him to the hospital now. They immediately put him on fluids as well as the antibiotics. His rash was getting worse. He wasn't eating, didn't want to drink anything. And we were wondering, why he wouldn't eat and drink. Finally, the consultant checked his mouth, noticed he had a very sore mouth. And then they started to use Difflam spray to numb his mouth, so that then that enabled him to have some food, because I had him on fluids anyway. So I think because he had this little rash in his mouth that they finally discovered, that's what finally confirmed the Kawasaki disease. That's what really confirmed it. They expected him to pick up very quickly post this treatment, but it still took a few days before his inflammatory markers started coming down. So it was a truly horrendous time, but after a few days more, they realised that they had given him the correct treatment. His markers were coming down slowly but surely. He was moving in the right direction, and it was the hope that we so desperately needed. So yeah, he's now, well, they gave him a CT scan, and it took some time before we got the results. But when we finally did, because they were treating him for heart aneurysms, because he had enlarged heart with this, because it attacks all the vascular system. And finally they decided on a recent appointment now that he doesn't have to have any more aspirin. It was like a miracle that things have worked out well. He's a fit, healthy little boy.
Oh, brilliant.
Even though he's in his convalescent stage, and they do get aches and pains at times with this. They do suffer in their joints and things afterwards.
Yes.
But he's overcoming all that. He's having fun, and nothing's going to stop him now.
Oh.
That's our main concern, actually, that the medical profession seem highly unaware of this dreadful condition. They automatically seem to just dismiss it for a viral infection. And of course, if you don't have your instinct with all this, and you don't follow it up with your child, and you just take them on what they're saying face value, that it's just viral and allow that to happen, by then this disease has then got a hold and attacked the vascular system, causing heart damage, permanent heart damage. So it is vital, really, that the medical profession are aware of this condition and are not just looking for, measles, is it meningitis? They need to keep this in mind, really.